So hi everyone, I'm Ali Lapitan from Solutionize Inc. And as Bobby said, we created this. Well, it's a website, but it's actually a collaboration site where, and you don't just go here and read. You actually use it to help you in your in your day-to-day job. Hopefully, it will be an integral part of your coalition work. And it allows you to work not just among your team internally, but also among your LCC and the other coalitions. So anyway, this is the website, and it should be, what's this, live next week. We're just finalizing the exact date, but we will let you know. So on this website, you would see the top nav. I'll go through it one by one. We have here the resources, and these are different resources that we thought that it would be, and this is with the help of Scott County. These are different resources that will be useful to coalition members and even community members, because this is the public facing part of the site. So this, you can either view it, all of it, and just scroll, or there is, we group these into three, like prevention and education, treatment and intervention, recovery, and justice and law enforcement. So if you just want stuff about information and resources about prevention and education, if you click on that, here are the different resources that are relevant in prevention and education. And you might notice that some have two items here. So they're both relevant in both categories. And it's easy because you have the title of the resource, you have a brief description, and then when you click on learn, it will take you to the exact page of that particular resource. So you don't have to go searching, Googling, and stuff like that. And at this point, I'd also want to mention that if there are, as we go through this, after we're live, and you think that there are other links or resources that you think that could be useful to the coalitions and to the public in general in furthering the goals of the network, please let us know and we will add it here. The next thing, I'll go back to this next one. Let's go on to the news and events. This is where you could, we provide this. We will add information here, news items that are relevant to everyone. However, this is also your opportunity to let us know milestones. For example, you're doing some workshop, or there are successes in your coalition that you'd like the general body or community to know. Send it to us and we'll add it here. The next thing is the events. These are events and that are relevant again to the coalition to further the goals. So it could be a workshop, where you have workshops or seminars, conferences that are, especially if they are open to the other members, please let let us know about it, and we will publish it for you. And then we go back to this where it says local coordinating councils. This is where your information will be surfaced. So we have your information, and from here you see there is description, the coalition profile, and you have the detail. There's a way to reach you if you have the your website or your Facebook. We will put it here, and it goes right to that location. And also, this is a way for the public to contact your usually it's like the coordinator or whoever you designate as the main contact. What else do I want to? Oh, I'd like to acknowledge the number of we already have at least, I think, about a dozen members, LCCs, who have sent their information. Those who is organization is showing the ICN logo, that means we haven't received your logo yet. So if you, as Bobby has mentioned, if you could send if you could send those spreadsheets that she sent out to you, that would be great, so that when we finally go live in a few days, your organization will be here. And then, so now this is the public facing side of the website. There is, for those who have like the heads or coordinators of the coalition who send in their information, this is what Bobby was saying, that, you know, when you send your information, we will add your information and onboard you as a member, and you'll have access to the back end. So,
and don't be intimidated by that onboarding form. We have asked for a description of 100 words or less, and so on your community plan, comprehensive community plan, you can just copy your vision and your mission and paste it into that section. Or if you wanted to just indicate whether you are urban, rural, maybe some of your major projects. So you can keep it as simple or as complicated as you'd like, but we definitely would like you to fill that piece out, because it just helps for other LCCs to connect with you. So if I'm looking for a specific group, or I have a specific issue, I could look at that and then maybe connect with you a little bit easier.
Also, keep in mind, this is, as Bobby said, this is a one and done website. This is a breathing organism, so to speak. So even your profile will, you can actually come back and, you know, improve it or modify it as we go along, you know. So this is how it looks like when you log in. Once we've onboarded you, you log in and you'll see this. You'll have the, I'll start with the right navigation, which is participate. These are the different areas of participation or collaboration, which is here. But the reason why I pointed you to this right navigation is messages. There we have a messaging, and there is, you know, you can have messages stored here. So the next one is, so now this, we go to the main part of this page, which includes, of course, your profile. And we'd love you to upload your photos. It's usually, you know, so much nicer to be a member of a community with faces there, you know, and, and this is a way for you for your other members to see who you are. There's not always an opportunity to put a face to the name, and at least here we'll have it. So next is information exchange. This is, if you look at it, this is the same, a similar thing with the resources. However, these are information that are only relevant and only available to the LCCs, to the registered members. So, like, for example, transitional housing, national drug control strategy, stuff that, could be very useful to you. And if you notice, you have them in categories, and they are tagged. You have keyword tags. This is, when you get in here, you can scroll, and I mean, it's still okay. We have like 4 or 5 items. It's easy to scroll. However, as we build this up, from our experience in other communities that we've built, it could easily go to hundreds of documents. So the way to address that is, you can either search by document type. It could be a research, could be white papers, presentations, best practices, and stuff like that. Or by category. We have these categories. We have grouped stuff in categories. That's it, and it could be, oh, that wasn't good. Where did I have it? Okay, yeah, come on. Yes. Okay, so this would be, if you want, probably if you're doing research, you're embarking on new initiatives, this is a good resource to find out. And also, we invite you to, as I've mentioned earlier, we invite you to contribute or share documents and resources and presentations if you've gone to a conference and there are useful information materials from there, and this is your way to, if you want to share it with your other the other LCCs, this is where you could go.
So Allie, if someone has a resource that they'd like to share, they would simply send an email on where it says on the bottom of the page, contact us. They'd send that resource to info@indianacoalitionnetwork.org.
We actually, Bobby, I sent you that template because we'd like to, we need some information like, title, document type, and by the way, it's so easy. So once it's uploaded, this is how easy it is to download it. You just download it. You can see all the information and you can download it. You click on it and that's it. You have it. In fact, one thing that we're working on right now is for the members to be able to, as long as you're a registered member, to upload to the information exchange, so that we'll take ourselves out of that bottleneck. Next thing is conversations. What it is these are ways to have discussions among the members. And again, if you remember those categories that we had on the information exchange, they are carried over here. And the reason being, if you had, especially if you saw some resources or, things and information exchange, you can continue the discussion by coming on to the conversations and go to the same um, categories. So you have programs and initiatives, expanding my LCCs. So you can have, so that again, the um, when the community grows, and we're hoping that there will be a lot of threads here, you can just go to the specific area and look for the discussions. And the conversations are threaded. So if you have a conversation like this and you can just reply and the comment gets added, or you can start a new conversation and then tag it to a different topic category. So we have those categories to keep things in context always. There's Michael. Hi, Michael. And then the next one, the next part is, this is the fun part, Member Connect. The reason why I'm asking all of you to,
Hi, Randy.
upload your photos is because of this. So,
Randy,
and this
how you
is
doing?
not just to show your photos. This is a way for your fellow members of the coalition to be able to contact you. It's as simple as finding out who they are, organization, sector, and then you can send an communication. It's like InMail and LinkedIn. So it's private and secure. And then the next thing, and the last one, which is I mean, from our experience in the different communities that we've worked, that we've built, groups has been very useful. This is a way for you to work for work groups within your coalition or within a region, or however you want to group it. And this is within the programs. These are you'll have the same facility as we have in the outside or broader community. You have conversations and you have resources. The resources is like the information exchange. However, the resources will stay. You upload here resources that are relevant just for your group. So this is, I remember Bobby was saying, this is where if you have a group just for your coalition, this is where you have the history that you don't want to lose. If you have them here, including conversations about different topics, these conversations also stay within the group. So this is, you want to review what has been said or what has been discussed on different topics. This is where you have it. There's the member connect. So you want to contact folks within your groups. You can send them direct messaging, or you want to have a conversation open to everyone in the group. This is how you do it. I think, Bobby, did I cover everything?
I think you did really well. Once again, thank you, Allie.
No, you're welcome. Now we'd like to, take questions, or we'd like to take questions if there are questions. Or actually, we have Michael. Michael, you want to say hello?
Yes. Hey, sorry, I was muted and I was trying to figure out what I did because every video platform is slightly different, and you start to get comfortable with one, and then you're like, I don't know what's happening. So I'm just excited to see as many faces on here as are on here today. You know, when we were looking at thinking about, okay, we get these state DFC dollars, how have they historically been used? And then how could we, as the Behavioral Health Division, think about effectively using them in a way that in a partial home rule state like Indiana, in a state like Indiana where we have this amazing infrastructure, which is the local coordinating councils, how could we use these in a way that would amplify not only your voice, but also your ability to collaborate? Because, right, coalitions are inherently only as good as the collaboration that's occurring within them and around them. And when we saw the application from Scott County to build this, it was just the natural progression, I think, for us and what will take you all to the next level of collaboration in a way to be able to provide technical assistance to each other, learn from each other, but also tap into that amazing history that these LCCs have, right? They've been around for a long time. Many of you have been involved in many different forums with the LCC. And if you're new, you can tap into that local knowledge and that historical knowledge, which is incredibly powerful. And I think at the end of the day, you know, what we're just really fortunate to have, again, is these LCCs. There's not another state in the country that has any piece of infrastructure like this. There are versions and types, but none that are as consistent across as many parts of the state, right? So we have 92 LCCs. They will come and they will go and they will change capacity, but what is consistent is that even as they rebuild, there's always LCCs. And so this system for us empowers you all, I think, to really be able to look to each other and look to the future to really build a long and lasting collaborative network that is not something that we at the state are saying, hey, do this. It's that you all go, hey, I know I can learn something from my sister county, or hey, I want to know what the North is doing in relation to justice services and supports. We're really struggling in this area. You can reach out to them and get that peer feedback in a real-time manner that becomes transformational. And I think, frankly, anything that transforms and enhances the amazing work that you all are already doing is just a wonderful addition. And to me, this is a wonderful addition to your ecosystem. And we look forward to seeing what comes out of it. But just simply by the fact, if you look at those tabs at the top, resources, local coordinating councils, and news and events, those are the things that are real-time based and you need access to frequently. And if they're not in a central location, it can be difficult. So I'm just excited for all of you, and I'm just excited to see what you all do with this amazing organic network.
Thanks, Michael. We're excited too. So, yeah, you know, from our experience in doing all these communities, and I'm dating myself, but this is probably the 20th community that we built in different, but not in government. However, the long tail, as they call it, which is historical, is so, I mean, at the end of the day, as the community matures, that historical value increases, you know. So if there are any questions, please just chime in.
I did. Sorry. I was thinking about this as I was driving back from dropping my daughters off this morning because we've been on a data call with the Division of Adult Addiction. And one of the things that we were talking about was the publicly available dashboards. And some of you may know about these, some of you may not know about these. I'm learning about them. But there are dashboards through the Management Performance Hub where the state is aggregating data and visualizing data. One thing that I would love to see is that those publicly available dashboards, some are around arrest data, and it breaks them down into age and categories. Some are around overdose data and what are the real-time pieces of data that are being collected in regards to overdoses within your geographical area, and then also breaking the demographics down on those. I think those pieces of data would be extremely helpful to all of you. And so if there is a way to include that management performance hub as one of the resources, or even have it as its own separate accessible page, I think it would be incredibly beneficial to all of you.
Oh, definitely. We can include that.
I have a question. To find the spreadsheet email, whose name and what date should I try to go back and find it? Thanks.
Bobby?
It will come from bobby.foster@scottcountypartnership.org. But Elaine, if you'd like, I can, if you can go into the chat and send me your email, I'll just resend it this afternoon so that you have it and you don't have to search for it. And that was my evil plan all along, is at the end of the call, I'll be sending out 2 emails. One, well, both of them will have kind of a recap of what we talked about, but one group is going to say, thanks so much for completing your onboarding, and the other is going to be that, here's the form again, just so you've got it. But thank you for your email addresses. And what I'd like to point out on this, so this is the home page of the site, and you'll see it in the lower right corner. We have the Indiana Recovery Network logo on top of a picture. And so that's a quick link to take you to the IRN's website, which is, again, a fantastic resource, a network of resources and connecting with others, and it's set up in a very similar way to this website, Indiana Coalition Network, where you can start a group, you can join other groups for people in that recovery network. And that's something, if you did have a question on it, Heather is the one who can talk better about that one. And again, she and her team are pulling together, she and Jody are pulling together that calendar of webinars to help everybody as we kind of work through our daily jobs. So if there's topics that you want covered in there, Heather will be a great resource for that.
Any other questions? And by the way, if you have any questions and, or need help in filling out those information on the spreadsheet, please feel free to reach out to us. You can also send an email to info@indianacoalitionnetwork.org. That email is already working, and we will try our best to help you.
All right, well, Allie and her team have developed a pretty intuitive system. So that's the exciting thing about this, that once it's up and running, and we'll send a note out to everybody when it is live, that that you'll just be able to navigate that with a whole lot of direction, without direction, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, and also, as I'd like to say it again, that this is not a static website. This will be a living, breathing organism, and we will help. We will add information and see as we go along, as the community matures, other capabilities will evolve from it.
What is the website company again? Solution what? Just for
Solutionize.
S? Solution S?
Solutionize. IZE.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Bobby.
Okay, well, if there aren't any more questions about the website, we will let everybody go. And again, we say thank you to everybody who was able to log in today. For those who weren't able to join us today, we will have another follow-up webinar next month. So we will be contacting those people to let them know. But again, reach out to us anytime. and have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for all you do for our communities.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
Michael. Thanks, Bobby.
Bye.